Hello beloved, I want to thank you so much for coming back to my channel today. If today is your first time, I want to welcome you. On today's episode, I will be showing you how to make my pumpkin roll cake recipe. This recipe is very simple and you probably have most of the ingredients in your pantry and your refrigerator. If you are thinking about going to the store to purchase one, here's a quick recipe for you. Please keep watching and let me show you how to make it. Remain blessed and do not forget to share, subscribe, and also do not forget to like what you see. Remain blessed. Let's get to work. So here are the simple ingredients you need. I'm gonna have everything listed in the description box for you. The flour, the brown sugar, the granulated sugar, the baking soda, salt, and here are the 5 spices you need. This is the baking tray, okay? Don't worry, everything is going to be in the description box. So basically what I'm doing here is adding all the dry ingredients, and here I'm adding the baking powder and soda and also the 5 spices that I showed you. Here they are in the flour, and I'm just going to mix everything with the salt I just poured in there. So just go ahead and give it a nice gentle stir. Make sure everything is nicely incorporated, okay? So basically that's what I'm doing, just giving it a very good stir. At this point, I'm ready to mix my wet ingredients, and I'm using 3 large eggs for this recipe. Pour that in the mixing bowl. Add my white granulated sugar and then my brown sugar, and I'm using half a cup of each, okay? I'm going to use my hand mixer to whisk everything and make sure everything is nicely incorporated. At this point, I'm adding half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'm also adding my 2/3 cups of my pumpkin puree, and I'm using the Libby's 100 pure pumpkin puree, okay? Do not use the one that is already flavored with spices. It's not gonna make your pumpkin roll come out good. So use the 100% pure pumpkin puree. So here's the batter. I'm gonna move on to add my mixed flour, okay? And at this point, I'm not gonna use the hand electric mixture. I'm going to use my spatula to stir everything in and make sure that everything is nicely incorporated, okay? The thing is that this cake is not your typical cake. It's rather a sponge cake, okay? So you don't want the batter to get too thick or too loose, and this is the consistency that I'm going for. So at this point, I'm just going to pour everything in my baking tray and then give it a nice spread. Make sure everything is spread evenly, okay? Look at the batter, isn't it gorgeous? Okay, and it smells so good. So at this point, I'm ready to bake our sponge cake. Just give it a really nice tap to release all the air bubbles, okay? Here it is. So it's going to go inside the oven, and I'm going to bake it at 355 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. As you can see, look at that. Doesn't it look beautiful? So now it's nicely baked. It's still hot though, but we want to roll it whilst it's still hot, okay? Don't wait until it cools down, otherwise the cake is going to break into pieces. So whilst it's still hot, here I'm taking the parchment paper that I bake the cake on. I'm just going to gently take it, as you can see. And once I take it off, I'm going to use the clean towel that you see. I'm going to use it to roll the cake. So I'm gently rolling the cake, okay? When I roll it, I'm going to lay it down for it to cool completely. And whilst it's cooling completely, I'm going to move on to show you how I make the filling. So this is it, okay? Now making the filling, I'm using 8 tablespoons of butter, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and 1 cup of confectioners sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And here I'm just going to use my hand electric mixture to just mix everything very nicely. So once that is taken care of, I'm just going to go ahead and roll out my cake and then spread the filling in there. make sure it's spread evenly, okay? As you can see, there are no cracks on the sponge cake. So if you follow the directions as I'm teaching you, you shouldn't have any problems. This year, you can make your own pumpkin roll cake rather than going to the store and buying one. So make sure that everything is spread evenly and nicely as I'm doing it here, okay? Okay. So at this point, I'm going to roll the cake again. Right now, the cake has gotten used to the shape of rolling it. Since I rolled it whilst it was hot, it has gotten used to the shape. Okay, so I'm just gently rolling it again. And here I'm going to use my cleaned wrapper to further wrap the cake and set it in the fridge for about 2 hours. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So after 2 hours, I'm going to cut the cake, and I want to cut the rough edges. See that? Once you cut it, it's going to give you that beautiful, nicely finished look. So put that aside, and then look at that. Now you've made yourself a delicious pumpkin roll cake. I hope you'll be able to give this recipe a try. Do not forget to leave a comment down below if you should have any. Do not forget to share, subscribe, and also to like what you have just saw. May God richly bless you. Until next time, remain blessed. Bye for now. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.